Hello everyone, welcome to my new lecture. In this video, I am going to talk about some commonly used functions of strings. In my previous video, I have already discussed about some commonly used functions of list. So most of the functions which we can use in list, we can use it over here as well. So as I have already told in my earlier lecture that strings most of the time behaves as a list. In fact, it is a list of characters. So let's just check what is our first function. Our first function is capitalize. Suppose I have a string of all the small letters. I'm declaring my name as a string and I have to capitalize the first letter of it. So I will just print the output and call this capitalize function on my string. So it is capitalized now. And my next function is ends with. So what does this ends with function do? Here we will give the value as a parameter whom we want to check that whether this function ends with that character or whatever string we are passing, we are going to check that only. And what is the start index of it, from which index we want to start the search, and what is the end index of that. So let's just look into that. What is the parameters? The parameters, this is the string syntax and this is the parameter which we are going to pass. This one is the required parameter and the value to check if the string ends with that. Okay, I have already declared a string called s and I'm going to just check that whether my s ends with n or an, whatever. Okay, s dot, I will call this function ends with. Okay, and I will pass this an and I will store this in some variable called v and I will print v. It should return a boolean value, true or false. Let's just check. Yeah, it is returning true because my strings ends with an. Suppose I am giving a start index or end index to that. So I am giving start index. I want to print false value this time because I want to give the start index as 1 and any value you can give start index, but I want to end it at w only. That is rizw and it will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So it should give the output as false. So it is giving as false. My next function is starts with. It behaves similarly as ends with. In ends with, we were checking that whether the value ends with the character or set of character or string, or in starts with, I will just check the opposite. I will just check whether it is starting with that character or string. So let's just look into this. I have already declared a string as is one and I will just check that whether it starts with R or RI. You can check with one character as well. So it will return some boolean value and I will just print that. It is returning as true. And here also we can just set the start or end index. It is optional. We will just mention where we will start the search and where we will end the search. So next function is join function. Here we will pass the parameter as list or some other sequence of elements. So return a string. It will return a string which will concatenate that list. So let's just run the code for it for your better understanding. Suppose I have a list of my name only. Okay, it is a sequence of elements. So that is why the parameter is given as sequence. Now I can use this join function to return a string from this list. So what should I really need to do is I will just give an empty string before that. Why I will show you, and I will join this sequence of list. I will pass the parameter to it and I will print the S. So my output should be a string. So it is coming as string. So why I give an empty string to join? Suppose if I would have given something like a star, so it would have joined all my element with that star. R star, I star, Z star, W star, A stars, N star. So what it is basically join is doing is it is iterating over the list and joining every element with whatever character we are passing over here. Suppose if we are passing star over here, let's just take the output. So it is coming as R star, I star, Z star, W star, A star, N star. Suppose if I pass a dash over here, so what it will do internally is it will iterate over the list and attach every element with the star or whatever whatever character we are passing to this join function. Okay, we are whatever character we are calling this join function on. Okay, so we are calling this join function on dash, so it will give r dash something like that. So it is always, if we want to do any concatenation of string from the list, it is a better practice if we don't pass any character, a null character it will do. So it will give the output. And what is a lower function? It returns a boolean value and it will check whether all the string value is in lowercase or not. I have already declared a string, again I am declaring, no problem. So all are in lowercase, so I'll just check it should return true. Yes, it is returning true. If any one of them are is not lower, then let's just check it is not returning true. It is false. Okay. Similarly, is upper function. Sorry, I always use my name for reference. Nothing coming in my mind right now to use. I hope you guys are understanding whatever I'm trying to teach over here. So it should return as false because only the first letter is capital. Yeah, it is returning false. Now I will make everything capital. It is returning true. So suppose I have a string. So this lower function, what it will do is any string you give in any case, it will just lower it. Python. I'm bored of using my name. So I'll just print s dot lower. Sorry, it is already in lower. So it just written the lower case of it. If any of the case is some, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now similarly, if I just copy this code and run this upper function, what it will do is it will return the upper case of the string which we are calling on it. Okay, so we are calling on upper function on this string. Okay, so let's just check the output. The string is Python where p is capital and y is small. Let's just check the output. So it is giving the upper value. Now moving on to our next three function, which is AddNum, that is alphanumeric or not. It will return the boolean value by checking whether the string provided is alphanumeric or not. Alphanumeric means it should contain both digit and alphabets. Okay. And the next one is alpha, which it will check that whether it is alphabetical or not. If it is satisfying the condition, it will return true, else false. And similarly, the last one is digit. It will check whether the string provided is numerical or not, and if not, it will just return the false, and if it is satisfying the condition, it will return true. So quickly I will declare three string variable. First one is Python 3.8, and on top of that I will just take print s1 dot is alnum and checking whether it is containing character as well as integers or digits. So quickly I will copy these two lines and I will declare S2 S3 as well. So it should be S2 S2. Function name should change as well. S3, and here I'm just giving the alphabets. So I'll just write alpha is alpha, and here I will give is digit. I will change the string to digits. So everything all right now. All these three should return true value now. Let's just check. What is the error? Has no attribute is AddNum. Okay, there's one L extra over here. Similarly, there's one L extra over here. Is and one L missing over here. Okay, the first one is returning as false. Okay, it is saying as alpha numerical, but I am giving the dot over here, which is neither alphabetical character or nor numerical character. That is why it is not satisfying the condition, and I should remove this dot from here. So let's just take what is happening now. I purposely put that dot over here so that I can show you this. Okay, now it is returning true. Now coming to my next function, which is replace. In replace we will pass two parameters for now. First is the string which we want to replace, and the next one is the string with which we want to replace our old string or character. So let's just look what I'm telling. So again I'm declaring my name, which is on purpose because my name has some magic in it. We'll look what is the magic. So I will reassign it into some other variable called s2, and I will just s dot replace. I want to replace I with z, and for now I'm just giving this, and I will print s2. Let's just take the output. Yeah, now I got replaced with z because I have sent two parameters. First one is I, with which I want to replace the character is z, which is the second parameter. So now I have assigned this value RZZWAN to S2. Okay, now what is this count variable and how it will help, we will look with an example. So S2 is already there, so I'm just cutting out this, or let it be there, no problem with that, and I will just write S2. I will declare a third variable S3, and I will just give S2 dot replace. Okay, and I want to replace this second element z with I. In Python it doesn't matter if you give single quote or double quote, it doesn't matter over here. So it is not like Java and other language. That is why it is considered the most easiest language. Now coming to my point, see, if I want to get back my name, I just want to replace z once. So I will just use this count and I will give once. If I want to replace any string once, twice from the bigger set of string, then this count will be helpful. So let's just print it. See, I got my name back. So this was the magic and intention behind giving my name. Okay, what is the next function? The next function is split, and it has two parameters, that is a separator and max split. So before going into the split function, it is a little complex. Let's just read what is written over here. It returns a list of the word in the string using separator as the delimiter string. If max split is given, at most max split returns are done. So if we mention how many splits we want to do, it will return that much only. Thus the list will have at most max split plus one element. If max splits is not specified, then there is no limit on the number of split. Okay, all possible splits are made, consecutive delimiters are not grouped together and are deemed to delimit empty strings. For example, 1 consecutively there are 2 comma and then 2. Split or returns like this. Okay. So if it is comma and then there is nothing in it, so that is why it is returning a list of empty string element within a list, empty string within a list. The separator argument may consist of multiple characters. For example, over here, okay, comma then space. So comma is one character and space is one character. Okay, we can give multiple character to split the element, and it will return the list of 1, 2, 3. Splitting an empty string with a specified separator returns. If we split the empty string, it will return a list of empty string. If separator is not specified or is none, a different splitting algorithm is applied. First, white space characters, space tab, new line returns, and form fields are stripped from both the end. Then words are separated. Arbitrary length of strings of white space characters. Consecutive white space delimiters are treated as single delimiter. So we'll just run this code and look and what is happening over here. It will be better that way. So before running that, I will just give you one small example. Before going into that, I have a 1, 2, 3. Okay, where this L came, I don't know. Okay, and I want to split it on, yeah, that L was better if we assign it to some list because it will return some list, and split it on comma. So basically what it will do is it will split this string on comma, and this 3 value will come 1, 2, 3, and this 3 value will be returned to the list and it will be stored as the element of the list. So let's just look into that. Print this L. So this is how it is behaving. But if you see that it is not returning a integer value, but it is returning a string value because it was string beforehand. Here also it is a string, that is why. So I will provide this notebook to you guys. You can try all these possible variations of it. I'm not going to explain it now, otherwise the tutorial will become very lengthy. So you guys can try it. I will upload it and I will provide the link in my description, so you guys can try various types of list over here. And now coming to my next function, which is a strip. So what does the strip function do is, basically it returns a copy with the leading and trailing characters removed. Suppose if there is a extra space in the start or at the end, so it will just strip that. Okay, and also it is used for removing some characters. Suppose here they have given a list of characters which they want to remove. First is C, so it will remove C. Then the next is M, so it will remove M. And again the next one is O, and so it will remove O. So by now C, O, M is removed, and W, Z. So it will remove all the W from here because it works like that only. Okay, it will remove all the W and then Z. So where is Z? Since there was no Z, so it will not create any problem. No problem with that. Even if it contains Z, okay. If it doesn't contain Z, no problem. Then the next element is dot, so it will just remove the dot. So previously all the com was removed, all the W was removed. Now by dot all the dots will be removed, so it will be left with only example. So let's just practice this too and see the output. Sorry, store it in some variable s and print s. String literal, okay. Now should work. So it is giving an expected output. And my friend, let's just practice this also. So we got the expected output. So that's all for today. Guys, if you really like my video, please share it with your friends. If you are an office worker, share it with your colleagues. If you are a college student, share it with your classmate. And please subscribe to my channel. Also, I would like to mention that before concluding this tutorial, please refer this Python documentation which I have mentioned over here. These are the official Python website document, and you can go and read the documentation over here for your better understanding. And please do some practice by yourself so that you can gain mastery on it. And thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share, and also please give some feedback. Thank you.